Welcome to the Glen Alex Show, where your health matters, set your mind, let it flow. Joyful, connected, confident, complete. Let Glen Alex help you back on your feet. The Glen Alex Show.
Greetings. I'm your host, Glen Alex, and this is the Glen Alex Show. Each episode of the Glen Alex Show focuses on a different aspect of health because I believe in the whole person and total health. Every part of you matters. And I am on a mission to help as many people as I can be joyful, connected, confident, and complete the life experience we call wealth, WELLTH, which is health plus other riches. Just think about it, please. If all of us were moving in the direction of living in total health, if not living in total health, then the world would be safe and loving for everyone. So I hope you join us on this path. And I am very excited about this episode because it's about one of my favorite topics, divine purpose. So please help me welcome my guest, Bill Heinrich. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Glenn. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you for making time.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here.
Okay. Well, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Well, I am a high-level business coach. I pretty much work high-level executive CEOs. I've been doing it about 15 years. And the whole purpose of my coaching is to learn about why you're here on Earth. And this way you can move through life so much easier, right?
Okay.
It's just so much easier to navigate it. So it's funny, I'm a business coach, but I very seldom talk business with my clients, very seldom. And I have some very successful people I work with.
Okay.
So it's all about the inner game.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. So what led you to working specifically or with divine purpose?
Yeah, about 30 years ago, I walked away from my life because I was so miserable.
Okay.
Couldn't stand it anymore. It was literally 2 days after Christmas. I was living in Lake Tahoe. There was like 4 feet of new snow on the ground. It was 9 o'clock at night and it hit me. And it was just like, I was in a relationship. I said, literally got my coat and said, I've got to go find out why I'm so miserable. I walked out the door and never came back. I changed everything but my name. And the search continues today. And it's through that, the things that I've learned to have a vehicle to deliver them to people, and especially people with influence, because when you work with these things, you're working with energy. And when you're working with energy, everybody can feel it, and it's just nice and calm and everything's good. So that's kind of the focus. I don't know if I answered the question or not.
You did answer the question. So I'm curious, when you walked away from your life to find out why you were so miserable, what is the first thing you did in pursuit of your own divine purpose and happiness?
I couldn't do much. I didn't know what to do. One thing did happen, and this is the truth. This was about a week into it. I was reading a book on codependence by Pia Melody. And there was, in the first chapter, a list of maybe 10 things. If you You know, if you take out other people's feelings, you're codependent. If you do this, blah, blah, blah. But when I went through that list, I'm going through that list, and I realized that I was defending against the possibility of some of those things even happening in my life.
Okay.
And the realization that I had was this defensiveness locked me out of life entirely.
Okay.
I lived in this very, very tight cubicle of ignorance that I protected. And this is what most people do.
Mm-hmm.
And when I learned that, and it was defensiveness because of my inadequacies, I came to learn. But the piece about defensiveness, I was so sad, I literally cried for 2 days to see how much of my life I had lost because of it, how much life I had missed because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was huge. So that was the big turning point for me. It was like, whoa, okay. So I've got to find a way to live, but I'm not going to live from any doctrine or religious or any other doctrine. I'm going to find something that works where I can make all my own choices.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad you found your way.
Well, I'm on my way there. I don't know if I found it yet.
Well, you found the way to grow and to
Oh,
become
I
more of your unique self.
in this journey, I've identified a number of different guideposts, I call them, that are guaranteed to bring people to success.
Okay.
And guaranteed, not maybe. In fact, in my coaching, I give a 100% success guarantee,
Okay. Awesome.
which for somebody to live their purpose. Now, think about that. That's pretty amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
That's
we guarantee it.
quite a guarantee. Now,
So they just go on a great journey.
um, in addition to being a business coach, you're also an author and the Divine Purpose Guy. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yes.
what is divine purpose? Please define it for people.
You know what? That's a great question. That's a really good question. I don't get asked that often.
Oh,
People will
that's
ask about their
surprising.
purpose, but not their divine purpose,
Okay.
right? Here's the deal. Here's what I found. I'm going to share some secrets, so everybody hang on. That everything I'm saying right now, this is the shortest distance, between two places. It's a straight line. Okay.
Okay.
So the things I'm saying are a straight line to your life purpose.
Okay.
Okay. One has to understand first and foremost that we live in two different dimensions. We live in a physical dimension, we live in a spiritual or non-physical dimension.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
The one that's most important is the non-physical one, not the physical. Because the physical one is about life lessons. The physical one is about lack of clarity. The physical one is about suffering and limitation. Guaranteed.
Okay.
That's life. The spiritual, non-physical, has none of that. So there's two dimensions. Everything in the universe, this is scientifically proven, everything's a vibration.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot create, so to speak, well, I guess you can create a vibration in the physical, but a vibration comes from inside of you. It's energy. It's joy, it's sadness, it's anger, it's rage, it's fear, it's whatever that emotion is. And then it manifests into the physical.
Okay.
Right? So that energy. But those energies are the only thing that you can connect to universal wisdom with. You can't do it with your head. You have to do it with your heart, with your feelings.
Okay.
So you're familiar with the chakras?
Yes.
We have 7 chakras.
Yes.
Okay. Through those chakras flow 7 energies: divine compassion, divine creation, divine order, divine healing, divine authentic self-expression, divine truth, and divine power, from the root all the way to the crown. These energies, we all have the exact same energies, but we have them in different proportions. So no 2 people are the same. This is our really our difference, is the energetic piece, right?
Okay. Let me stop you right there, because that is a really interesting way to describe diversity. Is that the only difference between us humans is the distribution of energy in the chakras? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
No. What you're
Okay.
hearing me what you're hearing me say is we all have the same energies. These 7 energies flow through the chakras. We have different proportions, so no 2 people are the same. This is what creates our uniqueness, our individual uniqueness. This has nothing to do with race, color, creed, anything, nothing to do with religion. This is just an energetic value.
Okay,
Now,
let me clarify. I see diversity way beyond race and physical characteristics.
great.
So that's what
Tell
I
me.
mean when I say diversity. So if my
Would
proportion of energy through my chakras is slightly different than yours, then to me that's diversity. So let me just clarify that it's not about race or any political genre or dogma.
uh-huh.
That's my definition of diversity.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, when you talk about energy, you have to be careful of the language you use, because energy is just a vibration, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm with you. I believe in chakras and metaphysical approaches to
Hmm.
life.
Hmm. And diversity is it's the state of the state of having variety,
Okay.
is one of the definitions of it. But anyways, yeah. So we are, and in the physical, in our lives, everybody wants us to conform through social policing and abandon our uniqueness. And this is what happens to everybody, because it's the energy inside that's really speaking to you. And if I asked you, to name 1 or 2 really special moments in your life, you're going to go back to how something felt, and then there's a story with it,
Mm-hmm.
because people will never remember what you said,
So remember how they felt.
but they'll always remember how you made them feel. I mean, the answer is that simple. So I've been doing this for years. It works magic. It's wild, because you can't block energy. After someone works with me and understands it and has this perception, the world just changes instantly, because the world then is only about you, and that's it. Self-love, and how you show up with your self-love.
Okay. So is that divine purpose then? Your unique
That
expression
is
of
your purpose.
love.
It's a culmination of all of those energies,
Okay.
the 7 energies behind every thought, word, and action. The thing that stops it is everything going on in the physical, all the interruptions, the stories we have inside ourselves, that create emotion, stories that don't serve us anymore, the way we protect ourselves with our ego rather than coming from a place with our heart.
Okay. So how do you teach people who are who overvalue the physical realm? How do you teach them to tap more into their energy?
I like that they overvalue. I like that because that's what's happening. But I call it survival, right? Because when you're in the physical, you're in survival, right?
Okay.
The physical doesn't contain any power or potential. All of your power and potential comes from within. So when you're focusing on that energy and you bring that energy just into what you do, this isn't like rah team. This is just pure loving energy. I'm in it right now. I'm here to just share for the benefit of all involved, regardless of the outcome. That's all that matters. So I take people through a series of steps. The first one is a very clear assessment of what's blocking them, standing in their way, and holding them back. I have tools that are very specific that the universe provides us. Okay. So, for instance, we all have life lessons. Are you familiar with life lessons at all?
Mm-hmm.
There's 38 different life lesson paths. We all have life lessons, and the lessons each contain a variety of different, actually, they each contain 6 different areas of challenges that a person has. And this comes from their birth date, right? So I can just get somebody's birth date and kind of say, okay, here's what's going on with you. Now let's just take a closer look at it. And it's like that. Then I'm able to show people their energy. And when they understand their energetic DNA, everything clicks because it's their energy. Like it's their energy. And the way they understand it is when you don't know the energy, you do things that come out dysfunctionally. You do things like this energy releases as a penalty, so to speak, right?
Okay.
So that's how it gets identified to some degree. When you identify with the penalties, then all you have to do then is choose the other direction, and you can move the energy into the situation. Let me give you an example of it. One of the energies is divine order. Okay. Divine order is about harmony, balance. People with divine order, great planners, great teachers, but they bring this energy of, yeah, this is like everything feels good in what we're doing here. But this is their energy. It makes everybody feel that way. But if they get into or near confrontation or somebody that is upset with them, it cracks their energy like an eggshell. They don't know that. All they know is they hate it and they run from it. Like it feels so terrible. But to them, they have some label for the feelings, but they don't understand it's this energy.
Okay.
Once they do, it changes like that. It literally changes that fast.
Okay. So in your work with helping people connect with their divine purpose, are there specific barriers or common barriers that people have in in learning what their divine purpose is and connecting to it? Can you give us a couple of examples?
Well, there's many different barriers and challenges, and that's the way they're living. Is behind those barriers and challenges right now.
Okay.
Like,
but just tell us 2 or 3 of the most common that you come across.
One of the most common ones is defensiveness. Lack of self-esteem, lack of self-worth is another one. And lack of self-worth shows up 2 different ways. Shows up as really lack of self-worth, or it will show up as being outspoken. And these are people that have a tendency, they want to protect themselves. People who in the past may have been bullied are in a real protection mode, even though they aren't aware of it. Like I've worked with some who said, no, I've taken care of that. And I showed them where, no, you haven't. Look at the energy behind this. So there's a lot of a lot of different things, but the defensiveness is the root. In the physical, our ego creates fear and teaches us to defend.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're in your heart, in a place of love, there's the more you give, the more you get. It's just the opposite.
Okay.
And so when you come from that place of love and detach from the outcome, what just amazing things happen.
Okay. Do you see a connection between, I see a connection between being disconnected from divine purpose, personal truth, with mental health? I work a lot with adults who are experiencing anxiety and depression, and a lot of that is because they're living in this materialistically, and they're living outside of themselves, looking for approval and validation from other people.
That's it. It's everything's wrapped up on the outside. Yeah, very common. You know, here's the truth of the matter. I've worked with hundreds of people. Okay, I'm not a doctor, right? I just work from an energetic perspective. The truth of the matter is, with what I've uncovered about why I was miserable, the information available to us from the universe, absolutely free. In fact, it's in my book. I'll show you my book after. It's absolutely free, yet people don't know about it. Consequently, they're literally living life with a blindfold on, because that focus is in the physical. And they're making decisions based on who they aren't rather than who they really are. But the only way you can find out who you are is energetically, how you feel. That's who you are, because that's how you're showing up in the physical. That's what's manifesting in the physical. Okay. So yeah, they get attached and expectations, all, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, right. I mean, we could go on and on.
Yeah, it gets deep, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, and spreads out wide too.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you about some of the universal tools that you use. Would you consider is feng shui one of those tools?
You know, it's funny that you ask. I am actually a certified feng shui practitioner.
Yes.
However, I'm not practicing, right? So here's my answer to that. Anything that comes from a universal perspective is great. What is a universal perspective? It's all focused on changing energy.
Okay.
That's all it is. So feng shui is the placement of object shapes and colors that will support your intentions in life. And when you go in and do, there's two different schools of feng shui, the black hat and the compass school. I went through the black hat school. The compass is much more complicated. I like simplicity. But you use a bagua, lay it out, and you go in and you look for shards. You look for things that are blocking energy or creating bad energy. And you can change, the energy in a place. So yeah, anything. And it's all about your intentions, right? Holding an intention and embodying the energy that supports that intention.
Yes. I was introduced to feng shui a couple of decades ago, and I'm no expert, though. It's
fun though, isn't it?
It is fun. And my takeaway is my environment must be pleasing to me. And, anything that's going to be in the way of the walking path or comfort or, pleasing when I look at it, if there's just too much stuff around, I have to move it and leave space for new things to come in. So I personally endorse.
See, that's a touch of that. That's a kind of a touch of that divine order I was talking about.
Okay.
Like there's no clutter. There's a place for everything. There's room for energy to move. There's a peaceful calmness in the surroundings. It's just there.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's divine order.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. And so is another tool numerology. When you mentioned earlier.
Numerology is the single most important tool you could ever work with.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is feng shui is great. Feng shui is working with energy. Tai Chi is great. On and on and on. Your divine gifts are great, okay? But none of that matters. And you want to know why it doesn't matter? Because the only thing that really matters is we're here on earth and we want to end our suffering and live at a higher level of fulfillment. That's what we're really after. How can I be more fulfilled?
Yes.
So the thing that best describes your earth experience and your blind spots, and remember, when you have lessons to learn, you have blind spots. When you have blind spots, that means you step into the middle of it. Everybody can see it, but you. That's a blind spot. And we all have them.
Yes.
And the only way you can tell when you get near them or around them is how you feel, really, you know. But anyways, numerology, because it's about the physical experience.
Okay.
Very important. Because
Okay.
when you understand your life lessons and you go to the other side of your life lessons, like I'm like 90% there. This has nothing to do with ascension. Okay. It just it's a way of my being every day and where I'm coming from what I've learned from my life lessons. And when you understand the challenges and you start eliminating those from your life, the thing that fills that space is your purpose.
Okay.
Right? You see, you're creating that orderly room for more energy to come in, and the energy, because you're solving one of your life lessons, and everything in the universe has duality. So you're taking out something that's been blocking you, and you get a piece of gold.
Yeah, you're clearing space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Now, tell us about your book, 7 Levels of Truth.
Okay. Yeah, I wrote it. I get it in front of the camera. You can get it on Amazon, 7 Levels of Truth by Bill Heinrich. It's a direct path to your life purpose. This is everything I do in my coaching.
Okay.
So this has all the guideposts, right? And after a person reads it, they may look and go, oh, I'm going to work with this part. Or I can't tell anybody, there's no order that if you're doing it yourself to do it in, you have to do it in a way that feels right to you.
Okay.
Because the moment you identify with something and make a choice to try it, all of the things in here are instant payoff. Like there's no waiting really till tomorrow. You get that instant when you make the choice and activate it, you get a different feeling.
Okay. Okay. So when you say the reader or the student will have to work the steps in a way that feels right for them, are you referring to intuition? Being
No,
led by the intuition? Okay.
no, I go through I'm going through different areas in every chapter. One chapter is on just life lessons and numerology. One chapter is on our basic needs. Another one just on our divine purpose and how you identify the energies. Another one on abundance, so on and so forth. So what I'm saying is, as someone reads it, everyone's starting point will probably be different.
Okay.
There's what that little catalyst is. I want to check that out, right? And the cool thing is everything that's in there, you get to play with yourself.
Okay.
So it isn't, there's no workbooks. This is just about awareness and choice.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, do you work with individuals too, or just with businesses?
I do work with individuals. I do one-on-one. I have one-on-one coaching. I also do, I have a mastermind, super conscious mastermind, and a group coaching
Okay.
program. If anybody has an interest in that, wants to know more, you can go to speaktobill.com, and that will put you on for a 20-minute clarity call with me. See what's going on.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Now, the clarity call, what does that include? I know one of your taglines is clarity, passion, purpose.
Well, what that would include is, first of all, it's a quick call. Now, I want to say something. One of the things that makes me very popular with people is how fast I can take somebody through something. Okay. Like really fast.
Okay.
Right. It's my history is there, so that that has a lot of value to it, but not everyone can move fast.
Gotcha.
So this first clarity call is to see what's going on, to see how the people are responding. I'll poke the bear once or twice when I see something on this. Like I know how to hit the spot that hurts, right? And just see. I want to see how they respond, because it isn't going to hurt long when you look at it as energy. When you look at it in the physical, it's pain, it's uncomfortable. When you look at it as energy, you go, this thing, the energy this thing spinning off just isn't cool. I'm going to change that.
Okay.
That's makes a big difference.
Okay. Wow, that sounds amazing. Okay. Well, like I said, this is one of my favorite topics on health to talk about, and we can get really deep with it and talk about it all day, though I know neither one of us have time for that. So I want to know, what is the one takeaway that you want viewers to have from this conversation?
I've got a few. Can I give a few?
Well, that would not be one, but okay, go for it.
Okay. Well, the first one is mentioning health. Okay. Health is energy. Your energy determines your health. Be with that. Okay. The other thing is, if you're either being a victim or you're owning your power, you can't have both.
Okay.
So if you're blaming, judging, judgment, blame, shame, and guilt, you're being a victim. Because with power, you have the power to change things. All of this power is within you, and it's just a choice. And know that you have got a very special purpose. And if you choose to seek it, you will find it.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
Okay. Okay. I like that combination of nuggets and takeaways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, can you just give us your website address again?
Yes. My website is True Life Purpose Now, truelifepurposenow.com. On Facebook, it's Your True Life Purpose Now at Facebook. And I have, if anybody, I have a book, Clarity Has No Story. It's a shaman's guide to mastering the law of attraction. If anybody would like a copy of it, they can go to myfreebook.me, myfreebook.me.
Okay.
And they can get a free copy of Clarity Has No Story.
Okay, excellent. Awesome. Awesome. Well, Bill, thank you so much for your time and sharing your loving energy with us. And I hope people reach out to you to get that clarity call, because I want everyone to be on this path to reconnecting with their divine purpose. And
thank you for having me.
And you be well.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today on the Glen Alex Show. I really hope you learned something helpful about how crucial your divine purpose is to your mental and overall health, and just to your overall life experience. So please like, subscribe, and share.
refresh your spirit with a nourishing thought.
Here is my nourishing thought for you. What is your divine purpose? If your answer is vague, based on pleasing others, or a shoulder shrug, then dare I say that you are disconnected from your personal truth. That is the part of you that is unique and whole and contains innate talents and gifts for you to share with humanity. Please focus on the words innate, unique, and whole, because you are, always have been, and always will be connected with your Creator. Everything else are just lessons. So what are you learning? It is my hope and my work that we all learn to live in total health and live in wealth, WELLTH. That means learning how to reconnect with your personal truth, learning how to trust your intuition, learning how to surround yourself with nurturing and supportive people, and learning how to have unshakable, positive self-regard. Please don't let naysayers and underachievers stray you away from your personal truth, because that is where your divine purpose resides. To learn more about personal truth, visit glenalex.com and check out my award-winning book, Living in Total Health, which is currently on sale through the end of February 2023. Then tune in to the next episode of The Glen Alex Show. And until next time, be well.
Joyful